Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Testing.
I'll just hold it. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated.
Welcome. Thank you for your attendance today on this very special occasion. We are so proud of the accomplishments of the senior class of 2016. It is my personal request to this audience that cell phones be placed on silence, that applause be held until the end, and that everyone stay in their seat and refrain from side conversation. Our seniors have earned this respect and this consideration. Thank you in advance for observing these guidelines. At this time, it is my distinct pleasure to introduce Superintendent of Springdale Schools, Dr. Jim Rollins.
Tonight and again tomorrow, the Springdale School District will have 3 graduations. I think I can speak certainly for our school board and our staff, and I expect everyone in the room when I say this is our most favorite. We know what great young people these graduates from Archer are. We know how hard they've worked to get here. We understand as moms and dads, as family members, as friends, the encouragement that you have given to each of them. And students, if you'll look around the auditorium this evening, we have about 1,200 people who are here absolutely for one reason, and that is to celebrate your graduation. Will you all give them a hand, please? We have about 135 young people who've graduated or will graduate this evening. We'll recognize their accomplishments. We're here absolutely to celebrate, and all of us want to pay them the respect that they have really earned. And I earlier, before the ceremony started, I walked the aisles. I tried to say hello to as many of you as I could, and to congratulate you personally for the work of the family to help make tonight possible. Students, we're all so very, very proud of you, and honestly, I would use the term from the heart. You inspire each of us, and to see you achieve at the level you have, and to know that you're ready to go forward as a worker, as someone pursuing a career, as someone who's really considering going on to college, it just touches my heart, and I know that's the case for everyone in this room. Graduates, ladies and gentlemen, special guests, I want to give you an opportunity to really say thank you to Dr. Lyons, Mr. Venters, our counselors, every teacher at the Archer Center, and all the support staff who've really worked together. One of the great things about any quality school is that you have caring adults who are focused on the needs of these young people and are helping them every step of the way. With your applause, would you please thank our staff? Graduates, achieving a high school diploma is a major event in each of our lives. I know you understand that. I know you understand as a result of the experiences you've had at Archer that you're better prepared to go into the workplace or to go on to higher education if that's your decision. You know a lot more about yourself than when you started. You know the great potential and promise that each of you have. And very importantly, I think you know the importance of working hard. And I would say to you, and I say it to myself every day, being willing to work hard and give your best effort is the difference maker so many times in all of our lives. You know what it means to work hard. And so I want to see you to continue to apply yourself that way. There's a very important term that I want to add to that. And to me, you're the great model of that this evening. And that's persistence. When we use that term, a lot of us would characterize it in different ways. But at the heart of it all is we just don't give up. We establish goals. We establish a life plan. We try to be learners along the way as we go, but we don't give up. We persist, we persist, we persist. And I would suggest to you, those people in your lives, those great people that you know in our schools, in our community, and in the world today, are people just like yourself who did not give up. They persisted. And so working hard, establishing appropriate goals, persisting, those are the things that have gotten you to this graduation day. Those are the things that will make you very, very successful in the future. You know, sometimes it probably appears, from a distance anyway, that life may just be a bowl of cherries for some people. They just go along their way. Things look all too easy. You know that wasn't your circumstance, but you have that impression, that feeling. I would suggest to you that for most of us, life turns on these principles and others that you would add to your list. But having purpose is really essential. As I've already said, setting goals, creating a personal life plan, hard work, integrity, dependability, attitude, energy, making good choices, creating positive relationships, having people around you who only want to see you go forward. Those are choices that you all can make. During this school year, as you were working hard in class, I had the opportunity to visit with adults in the community, men and women just like your parents and friends who are here this evening, those who lead our businesses, and the kind of employee that they want. And many of you are going into the workplace immediately. And if not immediately, you certainly will go into the workplace very soon. And it should not surprise you for me to say generally that those individuals who are leading our companies want employees who will simply help make their companies better. And we can use flowery terms, or we can just speak from the heart. Business leaders, the employees, want people who will show up. They want people that they can depend on. They want people who are responsible. There's an enormous word, T-R-U-S-T, about a 5-letter word. Say it with me. T-R-U-S-T. The world today needs people that can be trusted. I know full well you're that kind of individual. You've demonstrated that already. And the reason I'm bringing that to your attention tonight is because we're celebrating your learning, we're celebrating your high school degree, but you're going to need to learn tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. And some of the terms that I'm sharing with you are terms that if you think about it and take it to heart and build it into your life plan, the opportunity for success goes on and on and on. So I want you to think about trust and how you conduct yourself on a daily basis tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. so that others can trust you. And if they can trust you, the door is open for you to be invited in, for you to hold positions of responsibility in businesses and companies. And along with that comes great pay and a great opportunity for a quality lifestyle that you deserve and that you will want for your family who's here this evening and your family that will join you in the future to fulfill a life of promise and great potential. We know all of those things are there for you. So just keep in mind that although it may seem for some that life is easy, or that, as I used as an analogy, that life is a bowl of cherries, I would suggest to you it's really not that way at all, but rather the things that I've already spoken to. An opportunity for each of us to make the most of the abilities that we have. That is the key, in my view, to a great life, a great success for each of you, and one that you so deserve. All of us want to see you develop personally. We want to see you in a position where you can make an excellent future for yourself and for your families. The third point, I'd really want to emphasize the importance of service, to serve others, to be respectful to your mom and your dad and your brothers and your sisters and your friends who know you. And put yourself sometimes, rather than it being all about me, it's about those that I can serve and those that I know. To be a good and productive citizen, and as you do all those things, you'll help make your school, your community, our state, our nation so much better. This is a key point that we're here to celebrate tonight. A quality education for all is a foundation that we can build those kind of aspirations on. You've had a great beginning. You've had great opportunities that have been made available to you, and very, very importantly, you have taken advantage of those opportunities, and for that, we all want to say thank you. Job well done. You're poised for success. We all wish you the very best. For those of us who've had just a chance to be a part of your education, I want you to know that we count it an enormous privilege to have been a part, and maybe in some small way to have helped you achieve. It's now the time in our program that I want to give you an opportunity to say thanks. Every comment I've ever made at a graduation hopefully has brought you back to center, and I want to give you a chance, students, with your applause. I want you to thank those in the audience, those that you love, your family members, your teachers. Students, thank your parents and your teachers, and Dr. Lyons and so many others. And I want to give you one other very special opportunity. And I so wish that you knew each of these individuals personally, and some you may well know personally. But you have some of the finest advocates that any group of young people could ever hope for. This group seated to my right and to your left are members of the Springdale School Board. They are phenomenal advocates for each of you. We would not have the Archer Center if they weren't at the center of that initiative. They knew that you needed something very personal, very special, to give you an opportunity to connect and to complete your high school degree. I'm going to ask the members of our school board as I call their names to stand, and then when I've announced each of them, I want you seniors and special guests to thank our board. Our presidents, Mr. Randy Hutchinson, our vice president, Mr. Jeff Williams, our secretaries, Mr. Kevin Owenby, the remaining members of our board, Ms. Michelle Cook, Mr. Danny Dotson, Mr. Mike Luttrell, and Ms. Kathy McFetters. Now give them a hand. Would you do that for me? Seniors, I want to say again, in every sense of the word, you are an inspiration to each of us. We are so proud of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Rollins. At this time, I would like to introduce our guest speaker, Mr. Julio Arriola. He is the global worship pastor at Cross Church. He grew up in Mexico. He has a Bachelor of Science and a major in computer engineering from the University of Guadalajara. Bible studies from the World of Life Bible Institute, a Bachelor of Science with a major in religion from Liberty University. He relocated to Northwest Arkansas in 2011, and he lives in Rogers with his wife Carla and his 3 children. Thank you.
Good evening. Oh my goodness, let me try again. Good evening. Buenas noches. Let me try the other one. Yaquin Joda. Did I say it right? Sora, can you say it loud? That's great. My name is Julio Arriola. And let me tell you, thank you so much for letting me be part of such an important milestone of your lives. I'm honored to be here in this place. Okay, just for fun, how many of you here, ¿cuántos aquí hablan español? Woo! Okay, what about Marshallese? English! Yes, yes. Let me tell you, yo estoy seguro que ustedes están bien orgullosos de sus hijos, porque ellos son campeones. I'm very sure that you are very proud of your children. Why? Because they are champions. They have overcome so many obstacles. Some of those obstacles have come in the form of sickness. Some of you have experienced the loss of loved ones, discouragement. Some of you may have overcome depression or lack of esteem. But each one of you have overcome each one of those by making it this far. You are champions. And why is it I'm telling you that? I've been there where you've been. I grew up in a little town in Mexico, about 500 people in that little town. My dad was a pilot of a Cessna plane, and I was a year and a half old when my dad, that morning, he left to work and never came back. His plane crashed on the mountains of Chihuahua, Mexico. He was 26. My mom was just 23. And from that point on, I went to live with my grandmother as my mom had to work to provide for my needs. You know, nobody told me what was happening in my life. I didn't have a counselor. I didn't have a psychologist or somebody to tell me what was happening. The odds were against me. In that little town, 500 people in the town, we just had one school. It was an elementary school. And in that elementary school, we had a few teachers that they had to come from far away every day just to teach us. Math teacher, science teacher, PE teacher. They were all the same teacher. And guess who was responsible for cleaning that school? You guess right, the students. We had to clean the school and even the smelling restrooms. Yep. We had to do that every single day. But soon elementary school was over. And it was a time to go to middle school. But where? I needed to have an opportunity. And the opportunity came. If I woke up every day at 5:30 in the morning and walked for a mile, and then take a bus, and then walk for another mile, and I will be able to get on time every day, and I had to do that for 3 years. Now, when I came back from school, my homework was not just school stuff. I had to take care of cows and sheep. And how about spring and summer break? I got to learn how to make money to pay for my education. You see, my mom was in sales. She was not a vendor for Walmart. She will sell anything. She will sell fresh seafood, oranges, corn, watermelons, to the point of very, very often, she would send us to the back of the pickup truck loaded with watermelons. And because we didn't have a sound system, I was the sound system. So I had to shout, watermelons, sandías, come get the watermelons. As soon as I got my driver's license, I was promoted to be the driver. The first job I got, the first thing I did with my new position, I got a new sound system. I sent my little brother to the back of the truck. He was my sound system now. But you know what? I wanted to continue with my education. I really wanted to. And I knew the best high schools and colleges were in big cities. So, at the age of 15, I decided to move from my little town to the second largest city in Mexico, the city of Guadalajara, Mexico. Anybody from Guadalajara here? Nobody? Oh, okay, one person there from Guadalajara. It's the second largest city in Mexico. So I went there, got a job after school to be able to pay for my education and supplement the money that my mom would send me every week. And I was so excited. But then I really wanted to have another opportunity. And guys, just like you, many of you, some of you at least, want to go to college. And I wanted to go to college. And the opportunity came to my life. You see, I was going to be the first one in my immediate family to have college education. My mom didn't go to college. My dad dropped out of college after 1 or 2 semesters. And I still remember the times when I had to get my guitar, jump on a bus, play the guitar, and go into a restaurant and play the guitar and sing to be able to make some extra cash to pay for my books, pay for conferences, and different stuff. I still remember that. You know, the sweet thing about that is that by doing that, I learned how to make money doing what I love to do, and that's singing. Now, perhaps you haven't discovered your talent or talents. I didn't until I was in college. But maybe this is the time for you to try hard. How can you discover that talent? Just trying and never giving up. Just try and never give up. You are talented. But let me tell you one more thing. Sometimes crisis in your life helps you remove the layers that cover that talent hiding inside of you. Let me say it again. Listen. Sometimes crisis in your life helps you remove the layers that cover the talent hiding in you. You have some special ability, special talents that since you were born, you have it inside of you, and you just need to try it and never give up. Never is too late. Have you heard about Susan Boyle? Susan Boyle was a lady from Britain. This lady from Britain, she grew up being bullied, and she was working in the kitchen to be able to make money to provide for her family. She never sang professionally, and she became famous singing classical tunes for Britain's Got Talent when she was 48. Perhaps you never have heard about Harlan David Sanders, but have you heard about Kentucky Fried Chicken? Okay, like 10 of you. Have you heard about Kentucky Fried Chicken? Okay, let me tell you. This man, David Sanders, he had for years a small place where he was working. And one day when Interstate 75 was built, his business went down and he had to close his store. And because of that, listen, because of that, at the age of 65, he opened his first chicken business. And now we know the KFCs. But it was the difficulties in his life. My grandmother, she became a widow when she was in her late 40s. And she decided to go to college. And at the age of 51, she graduated and she began working, and she worked for 30 years teaching middle schoolers. She loved her career. She loved it. And you see, sometimes the opportunities will come to your life when it seems to be difficult or impossible to make them happen. So what is your dream? What would you like to do? Let me tell you, it's not impossible. You can do it. You can do it. Never is too late. You're never too poor or too rich. You never have too much family or too little family. You can do it. I went to college in Mexico, and then Carla, my wife, and I got in our Bible education in Argentina before we began our journey to the U.S. My wife and I went to Texas almost 14 years ago. I didn't speak any English. Listen to this. 14 years ago, I didn't speak English. But I decided to learn the language. So I decided to watch English TV, listen to English radio, have friends that spoke only English. And that was my life until I learned the language. I wanted to learn. One day, the place that I was working in Houston, Texas, invited me to sing different songs, and someone from a church, in a big church in Houston, invited me to sing a song in their church. It was a big church, guys. Like about 100-member choir, and they had an orchestra, they had a band and singers, all kinds of things in that church. And they gave me the music, and they said, Julio, just learn the music and come back and sing, and I did it. But what they didn't know is I didn't read any music. So I got the music, and I learned everything by ear. And I was listening to the music, and then I went to sing that Sunday. They loved it, and I was like so glad it was over. Next day, they called me and they said, Julio, we want you to have the job as a worship leader of our church. And I said, oh, wait a minute. This is Gringos Locos. This is crazy. How in the world? And I told him, bro, I don't read any music. I learned everything by ear. And then his response was, I don't care. Can you do that same thing every week? I said, yes. Well, then you got the job. And I got the job as a worship leader. And during that season, guys, several milestones of my life happened. The pianist of the church taught me music. I earned a degree in religion with Liberty University. And in 2011, a huge milestone in my life, I became a citizen of the United States of America. That same year, Cross Church hired me here in Northwest Arkansas as their worship pastor, and today I oversee the music department of our 5 campuses, and for 2 consecutive years, I have been elected as the music director for the Southern Baptist Convention, the largest denomination in America. Dear graduates, listen, if there is one part I want you to listen is this. Listen. Opportunities will come to you, and you need to be ready for a supernatural power that is already inside of you to come out and embrace who you are in order to make a difference in other people's lives. You are here with a purpose. You are talented beings. There is no obstacle that you cannot overcome. It is never too late to discover why you are in this world. Start today. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you. At this time, Dr. Rollins, board members, parents, guests, community members, I would like to present our graduating students. Parents and guests, the hard part, again, we're going to ask you to please hold your celebration until all of our graduates make it, and then we will celebrate at the end. So I'll ask you once again if you can please hold your celebration through all of our graduates, and then we will celebrate at the end. Thank you.
Christopher Brian Massey. Omar Ayala. Lupe Vela. Fausto Zambrano. Daniel Diaz. Ruben Alvarado. Adrian Romero. Nene Banks. Lionel Thomas. Damon Blevins. Brenda Ponce. Jennifer Barroso. Gloria Araujo. Mariah Josephson. Braxton Cagle. Allie Bender. Michaela Watt. Autumn Buckmaster. Lorenzo Aldaco. Amaryllis Aponte Madera. Javier Perez. Sean Bishop. Sarah Hensley. Kimberly Mars. Johnny Aguilar. Dylan Plymale. Robin Madison. David Reyesa. Jesus Lara. Rosa Harry. Janiki Nicole Rosaria Madera. Dustin Samuel. Travis Jean Goodwin. Matthew Bradley Elwin. Christian Jorge. Robert Eubanks. Luis Garcia. Scarlett Darlene Bobrowski. Dustin Collins. Abel Osvaldo de la Luz. Jamaica Durrell. Andrew Collins. Alan Hacks. Jarak Shimson Fountain. Ray Crozier. Sharon Lokaball. Suella Elijah. Nedrin Suzanne Lauren. Shakira Nicole Soto. Jose Carrillo. Tyler Heyman. Amos Honea. Thomas Evans. Isaiah Aaron. Rubino Benajal. Kil Jita. Relenta Johnson. Diana Garcia. Megan McGinnis. Kyle Jones. Okay. Rosara Arojo Rodriguez. Kelly Orta. Yvonne Glow. Brittany Hamilton. Dalton Dobbs. Jasmine Nicole Upton. Laura Ross. Eberth Gonzalez. Brent Reeder. James Williams. Valeria Esparza. Cody Hale. Charlie Samuel Chong Gum. Eric Valle. Alejandra Gomez. Maritza Bahina. Jacqueline Barroso. Alicia Frazier. James Collins. Cinnamon Gilbert. Saronda Culver. Miranda Manning. Ryan Elliott. Brooke Judy. Angel Martinez. Anastasia Evans. Kevin Tercios. Jose Vasquez. Daniel Nunez. Antonio Centino. Savannah Spain. Lucera Rutiaga. Colton Squires. Miguel Montejo. Shelly Ann Hiram. Ashley Lynn Jones. Andrew J.J. Simon Elcar. Melinas Morris.
Thank you. Let's give our seniors a big hand. Thank you. At this time, we have a special presentation for you by one of our graduating seniors, Miss Melinas Morris. You good, girl? How do I say goodbye to what we had? The good times that made us laugh outweigh the bad. I thought we'd get to see forever, to never's gone away. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. I don't know where this road is going to lead. I know is where we've been and what we've been through. Ooh, I thought we'd get to see tomorrow. Tomorrow is on the way. It's so hard
to say goodbye to yesterday. And I'll take with me the memories to be my sunshine away. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. And I'll take with me the memories to be my sunshine after the rain. It's hard to say goodbye to yesterday.
Dear senior class, you are my first senior class, and to say I will miss you is an understatement. I will miss Nisha stopping by my office for some apples. I will miss Jesus yelling, "Miss, Miss," down the halls. I will miss Melina singing in our morning assemblies. I will miss my office being toilet papered. And yes, Chris, I might even miss the pie in my face. But to each and every one of you, I am so proud for your hard work and your dedication towards your graduation. You have helped Archer's mission of being the most effective ALE in the state, and it has come true because of you. Like I have said every single morning in morning assembly, I'm going to say to you one more time, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and take care of this community. Good luck, senior class. I will ask that the senior class please rise at this time. Audience, I will ask that you sit and remain seated so that we can honor these graduates one more time and everyone can see their graduate as they leave the ceremony. Dr. Rollins, Board of Education, family, friends, and community members, I present to you the Archer Learning Center class of 2016.